Hi guys, Ethan here, and welcome to another episode of Be the Future. People all over the world associate Islam with terrorism and hate. But are what they say actually legitimate and true, or is it just some untrue, yet somehow widespread stereotype? Let me tell you now, it's a stereotype. In English class, my English teacher told me that I would need evidence to prove my point. I never really understood that lesson, but for this topic, I've got some right off the top of my head. First, I'll explain the stereotypes that the Islamist people have said on them. Next, how massive an effect and destruction these stereotypes could do to our global community. And finally, a not so stereotypical solution to this problem. One stereotype is that people believe that Islam is a violent religion and that Muslims identified with terrorism. But is that really the case? Well, take this in. According to AJC News, 76% of Muslim Americans also said that the killing of civilians can never be justified. Only 56% of the general American public said that. This is just like when you got a 70 on a math test and did everything spiritually possible to flex on someone who got a 95. Come on, man. He's being generous, not showing you his score. This is exactly the Muslim's case. Like this dude right here. Hey bro, I heard that you identified with violence and terrorism. Other stereotypes include Muslim hate Jews, Muslim hate Christians, and Muslim hate members of the LGBTQ community. But are they true? I don't know. Take a look. If this type of stereotyping resumes and people judge something based on their extremities, then many people could be confused on how the thing really is. The ancient Chinese used to say, 眼见为实,耳听为虚, which basically means that only what you perceive with your own eyes are true. Don't risk believing in any rumors. And they were absolutely correct. If you played the telephone game before, where you tried to pass a word down a circle ear to ear without changing it, it's hard. And when 8 billion people play the same game, it gets just a tad bit harder. People are being defined as who they are not. Groups are being defined as what they reject. And Muslims are being defined to the complete opposite of who they really are. Then how can we solve this problem? We can't. There will always be people who won't change, like the ones in the civil rights movement. Once a perspective is defined, it's nearly impossible to undefine it. But what we can do is to observe with our own eyes the truth. Write it down, record it, spread it, and let people see deeper down into their own beliefs. If they won't change, they won't. There's nothing we can do about it. But if they will change, they will. And only then will you realize that it's because of you, the people who saw with their own eyes the truth and their strive to spread rightfulness to the entirety of the human race. That's all we can do. That's all we should do. That's what the Muslims need us to do. And that is as stereotypical as it gets.